Standard 8th, Subject English, chapter number 1.3, which is a poem, The Pilgrim. What do we mean by pilgrim? Pilgrim is a person who is on a religious trip from one place to the other. He is going to visit a religious place. The poem starts like this. A pilgrim going a lone highway came at evening, cold and grey, to a chasm deep and vast and wide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The chasm held no fear for him. But he paused when he reached the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. "Old man," said a fellow pilgrim near, "why waste your time in building here? Your journey ends with the close of the day. You never again will pass this way. You have crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build ye here at eventide?" The pilgrim raised his old grey head. "My friend, in the path I have come," he said, "there followeth after me today a fair-haired youth who must pass this way. The chasm which held no fears for me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. My friend, I am building this bridge for him." This poem is written by anonymous, means we do not know the name of the poet, but this poem tells us about a pilgrim who is going on a long highway where not many people are walking. He has reached a place in the evening. He is very cold and it is twilight time. Twilight means the sun has just set. The sun is not visible in the sky, but it is not completely dark. Light is still around in the sky. He has come to a chasm. Chasm means a ravine, a very deep, steep gap in the earth's surface. It's like a depression. It's like a valley. This chasm is deep and vast, very big and very wide. You cannot just jump over this chasm. Now, as the old man was crossing in the twilight dim, twilight means it's not completely bright sunlight. It's a bit dim to see through. The chasm held no fear for him. He was an old man. He was an experienced person. He had taken many trips. So this chasm was not holding any fear for him. But when he crossed through the chasm, when he walked through the chasm, when he reached the other side, he started building a bridge from the other side of the chasm to this side from where he had started. Understand this. This person is building the bridge after he has crossed the chasm. He is not building the bridge to cross the chasm himself. He is already an experienced person. He has already covered the distance. It is none of his matter to build a bridge, but even after crossing the chasm, he has started to build a bridge to span the tide. To span the tide means to go across the tide, to cover the distance, so that it is easy to cross the chasm. Now, this particular pilgrim who has started building a bridge, there was another pilgrim who followed him, who was walking with him. He told him, "Old man, why are you wasting your time building this bridge here? You have already crossed the chasm. You have already covered the distance. You can continue your journey from here. Why think about the chasm again? Because your journey has ended here. And also, it is close of the day. It is twilight. It is dim. It's going to be night time very soon. And you are not going to pass this way again, because you are going to go ahead on your journey. This chasm, which is very deep and wide, you have already crossed it. Then why are ye? Ye means you. Why are you here at eventide? Eventide means late evening. Why do you even want to stay here when it is already late evening? It's going to be dark now. It's going to be night now. The pilgrim who had started building the bridge, he raised his old grey head. Grey head means his hair are grey because of his age, because of his experience. He said to him, "My friend, in the path I have come, the road that I have travelled, there followeth after me today." Followeth means someone will follow me today. Someone will come after me. After I have gone, long after me, a new person will be walking this way. And that person may be a fair-headed youth. Fair-headed youth means he may be young. He may not be so experienced like me. And he may be required to pass this way. He may be required to cross this chasm. This chasm has had no fears for me, but it may be a pitfall. It may be proving to be a trap for the young man who may be coming this way. And it may happen that the fair-headed youth may be reaching here like me in twilight dim when it is not so bright. And he may be falling into a trap. And for that person, for him, my friend, I am building this bridge for him. I am building this not so that I can use it. I am building it so that the people who come after me, they can use it. What is the moral of the story? Yes, moral of the story is you don't always do things only for yourself. You do it for your future. The young person is the future of the old man. It's same like planting a mango tree. When you plant a mango tree, it may happen that you may not be able to enjoy the fruits because mango tree takes years and years to grow big and start giving ripened fruits. The fruits are always enjoyed by the future generations. Today, we are here in this class. We are talking to each other in English. We are talking to each other about this poem, The Pilgrim, because this book was printed. Why was the book printed? Because research had been done that this particular poem should be included in this term, in this portion for 8th standard students. They will be able to understand and learn the moral of the story from here. This was done by our previous generation. So, every generation works for the next one. We are having all this technology and advanced research because the generations before us had worked very hard to bring us here, to make all this technology available to us. Anyone having any problems, any issues in this poem? Any questions? No? Alright, I want everyone to go through this poem, revise it, and answer the questions that are appearing in the exercise on page number 14. Write it in your notebook. If you have any questions, issues, or doubts, you can get back to me. And we will be taking this up again if required. Until we meet next time, everyone, take care. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.